Hello multimedia students, this is Miss Eddington and you are going to watch the video to do your assignment. Your Google Drawings is right there. We are in Google Drawings and we're going to make a snowman. So we start out with a circle. You can come up to shapes right here and you will get all kinds of shapes. You can also find the same menu if you go up here to where it says insert and click shapes. So either way you can get it. And we're going to go over right here. It looks like a circle, but it's called oval. We're going to click on that. Then on my keyboard, I'm going to hold the shift key down and I'm going to click on the canvas. Gives us a nice round circle. If I click and drag it, because of course we want it to be a little bit bigger because it's the bottom, we're going to start our snowman from the bottom up. So I'm going to click and drag it. If I drag it, it makes it all, I can't keep it as a perfect circle. So if I continues to hold the shift down, so I'm going to hold the shift down and then click and drag it out. Maybe drag it even this way a little, but it'll hold the complete circle. It'll hold a circle. It won't make an oval. Now, as you can see, this is blue and we want our snowman to be white. So we're going to come up to the paint bucket and we're going to choose white. Now, if you went up there and your paint bucket wasn't there, it's because your shape wasn't selected. So when my shape is not selected, I come up here, there's no paint bucket. I have to click on the shape and then the paint bucket's there. So we need another circle for the body. So I'm going to come up here, go get another oval. I'm going to hold the shift down and click. I'm going to continue to hold the shift key down and drag. There we go. That red line helps me line it up. And I'm going to go get the last one. So I'm going to go right here to shapes and down to oval. I'm going to hold the shift key down. And actually that one looks like it's pretty good size. I don't even know if I need to resize it. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we have the snowman and whoops, there we go. Let's put a top hat on him. Okay, we're gonna make him kind of a formal snowman. So we're gonna go over and get a rectangle. That looks like a pretty good top. And then we're gonna get another rectangle. Whoopsie. And we're going to click and drag. That looks pretty good. It kind of looks like, whoops, there. Lines up a little bit like an Abraham Lincoln hat. I think that's a stovetop hat. That's okay. All right, now we have to move the hat all the way over to his head. And if we take them one at a time, they'll fall apart. So we have them together. We need to keep them together. So we're going to group them. I'm going to click on the square there. I'm going to hold the shift down and click on the other shape, the rectangle. Or I can click and drag over it. So now they're together and we could just move them, but they won't stay together always. So I'm going to come up to arrange and I'm going to go down to group. And it's Control-Alt-G if you don't want to use that menu. There we go, put it right on his head. And now I'm going to change the color and I can do it all together to black. When I click on it and put it down along his head, that looks pretty good. Okay, whoops, there it lines up. Now he needs two coal eyes, corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. We're just going to do the eye part. Now the eyes are kind of small, so it's going to be hard to work with. So I'm going to zoom in on this a little. So I clicked on the magnifying glass and I pulled it over here and I'm going to click. And I can kind of see better now. So I'm going to go here to shapes, oval, but once again I want circles, so I'm going to hold the shift down. That looks pretty good. Made it black. You know, I'm going to make it even, I'm going to zoom in even more. Whoops. There we go. And I'm going to go back up to the arrow so that I can move it. And then I think my snowman will have even eyes. So I'm going to hit Control, hold the Control down on my keyboard and add the D as in duplicate. And then I'll move the eye across. There we go. He's looking pretty good. And now I'm going to get a carrot nose. We're going to give him a carrot nose. So I need like a triangle because we don't have like a cone. So I'm going to actually, yeah, I'm just going to use the regular triangle. So there we go. I'm going to make it a nice orange carrot nose. And I'm going to rotate it around so that it's kind of the way I want it to be. And actually maybe even smaller. Oh, that looks good. Okay, and then he is a happy snowman, so I'm going to get him a smile. And it would be lovely if there was a smile here, but we're going to use this moon. So, I think that looks pretty good. I'll move it over here first. Oh, kind of a crookedy smile, but I can move it. Oops. A little broader. Oh, let's see. There, that kind of lined up. And he's got a nice red smile. I think that looks good. Maybe a deeper red. Okay, so that looks good, but let's back up so that we can see everything. So I'm going to go back up here to zoom, but instead of the magnifying glass, I'm going to come up to fit. There it is. Okay, this looks good. We're going to make some arms. So I'm going to do a rectangle. But I'm going to make it pretty small. And I'm going to make it brown. This is the brown that I like down here. That looks good. But you know, actually sticks aren't usually just straight like that. So let's duplicate it. I'm going to hold the control down and add the D. And then do it again. And I'm going to make these a little shorter. Move it around. Like this. And do it to this one. Whoa, I didn't duplicate them because they're, you know, it's not always the same. The snow, you know, they don't, branches aren't always the same. Okay, so, but let's group these together because we're going to move them just like we did with the hat. So I'm going to click and drag over it, and then I'm going to come up to arrange, and I'm going to go down and go to group, and I've grouped it. Now he needs two arms, so now that it's still selected and it's grouped together, so I can just, you know, make sure it's selected, I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate. Now I've got two arms. I'm going to take them right over to him. He needs them. There we go. Okay, so that looks great. Let's give him a scarf. So there's a shape that's like a ribbon, and so I'm going to get that. It's kind of windy, so we're going to let his scarf fly. And I'm going to move it up a little bit. I'm going to use the arrows because you can move it just a little. And I'm going to make it red. Woo, that's red. Click Massey red. And then I'm going to actually duplicate this. I'm going to put the control down and add the D for duplicate. And I'm going to turn this and put it right there. And that's looking pretty good. I kind of like that. He's looking good. I don't want any of the outline on him, but I'm going to leave the outline for right now because you'll see why. Because well, on this white background, which we will change, he'll just get lost. Okay, so now we're going to add some snowflakes. So I'm going to come up to Insert, and believe it or not, I'm going to come down to Word Art. So this is a different way of doing it. I'm going to click Word Art, and then I'm going to use an asterisk. And to get an asterisk, you're going to hold the Shift key down on your computer, on the keyboard, and then add the 8. And that gives you a little star. To get it to show up on Google Drawings, just hit Enter. Okay, so there it is, kind of big. And we're going to leave it blue for right now. And let's hit Control D to duplicate. Now we have 2. So you're going to have to. Let's go up to Format Options and click here. I'm going to come over to Size and Rotate because I have messed around with this before. I'm going to click lock aspect ratio. And then I'm also going to turn this to like, I think 35 degrees. Okay. So do you see how this is kind of looks more snowflakey? I'm going to move this up and then I'm going to group them. I can group by holding the shift down and clicking them, but that is really hard for this. So I would suggest click and drag over it and it selects both. I'm going to then go up to arrange and group. Now that I've got them grouped, I'm going to make it snowflake size. Okay, so I kind of like that. Move that little snowflake guy over here. So this is what we need before we create our background. Let's do this. So we're going to take the shapes, we're going to click on them, and we're going to get the rectangle. We're going to click and drag over the whole thing. Now, everything went away, so that's kind of like, oh no, but we'll do some other things with it. We're going to click color, and let's make a gradient. And we're going to make a custom gradient. And we have two stops here. We have the one all the way to the left, the one all the way to the right. The one all the way to the left, we're going to make a blue. The one all the way to the right, we're going to make a, let's see, white. Let's do a white. Okay. We'll just see how that looks. And then we still don't have our picture is behind our snowman is behind this rectangle. So I've got to come up with the rectangle is selected. I'm going to come up to arrange and order, and I'm going to send it to the back. There it is. There's all of our stuff. Now, all of our stuff is outlined, and we do not want that. So I can click and drag over all of it. Although if I click and drag right now, I'll probably move the background. So if you click and drag and your background goes like that, don't panic. Hit Control Z and it'll take it back, or you can come up to undo up here. All right, so now it's back, but let's hit Control A. So it selects everything. It's everything on the canvas is selected. Control A is select all. So now let's go up to the lines, border weight. Oh, there's the pen, I mean, border color, and go down to transparent. So we're gonna make them all go away. Okay, so I think that looks a lot better than having the lines on there. Let's click on this guy and make him white instead of blue. And actually I'm gonna make him a little smaller. And I'm gonna do control, hold the control down and add the D. Uh-oh, I thought I grouped those. Let's make sure they're grouped. No, yeah, they're grouped. Okay, so I'm gonna hit Control D. There we go, I don't know what happened there. Control D, 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 so that it's snowy. And okay, so when you're done, you're going to go back to Google Classroom and you're going to click Turn In, click Turn In again, and you're done.